tell them one thing. Just win, baby.
What is up, Raider Nation? It's your boy Simone Raider back with another video and breaking news around the Raider Nation for your nation news. The Raiders have made their first big move of the week right before the trade deadline, trading away former first-round pick Gareon Conley to the Houston Texans for a 2020 third-round pick. Now, I know a lot of you guys are probably wondering,
how come we didn't get a second-round pick or a first-round pick?
after that showing from last week, I'm pretty sure he wasn't going to go any higher than a third-round pick, but I believe we got good value in return from the Texans. And it's kind of crazy because we do play the Texans this week, so Gareon Conley's already going to have his revenge game against the Raiders. Hopefully he doesn't get a pick six, but you never know. After watching that last game against the Packers, hopefully Derek Carr can, just pick on him and score a lot of touchdowns on Gareon Conley. But all in all, Vic Tafur was the first one to report this news on Twitter, saying Raiders traded cornerback Gareon Conley to the Texans for a third-round pick, sources said. He first did tweet that the Raiders may be sellers first, and obviously, as you guys know by now, the Raiders were. They traded away Gareon Conley for a third-round pick, and this can go a lot of different directions. You guys already know, early Sunday, right before the game, it was announced that John Gruden and the Raiders were shopping for linebackers and pass rushers to help this team. The Raiders were considering trading away Gareon Conley last year before the trade deadline, but they ended up keeping him, and he had a solid second half of the season. Coming into this season, we had a lot of expectations from him, being that #1 cornerback on this team. Obviously, throughout this whole year, he hasn't met expectations, and this last game just put the icing on the cake. I believe this is a good move for the Raiders, just to stack up on picks and maybe trade away before the deadline, or maybe hold on to till next year. Sunday versus the Packers was arguably Gareon Conley's worst game as a pro. As you guys all know, watching the game, he was getting picked on in the passing game and in the run game as well, giving up huge plays to the Packers. I don't want to put all the blame on Gareon Conley, but he was the cornerback that was sticking most of the players that went for big yards and got a touchdown. Biggest question now is, could the Raiders be looking for a replacement for Gareon Conley? There might be a lot of guys on the trade block that the Raiders could look at to trade for, maybe at a high price or maybe a medium-sized price. Who knows? Names out there that might be a target for the Raiders is, Patrick Peterson, maybe Chris Harris Jr., which I highly doubt, because I know the Broncos wouldn't want to give us Chris Harris. Maybe AJ Boye. Who knows? There's a lot of players that we could go out and pick up. There's even a lot of pass rushers and linebackers that we could go and get. Like I said earlier, this is only the start for the Raiders. We're going to be making more moves throughout this week, but my honest opinion, Raider Nation, I thought Gareon Conley was a solid player. I don't think he was a #1 cornerback, but he could have been a #2 or maybe a #3 if we had a solid veteran cornerback. But this is a business, and we're just trying to make moves to help this team out, especially this year, because we have something brewing right now. And the Chargers and Broncos, they're obviously losing a lot of games right now, but the Raiders are still in the hunt right now, and we are at 3-3. So maybe if we make some big moves before the trade deadline, the whole second half might look a little bit different. With that being said, Raider Nation, that's all I have for you guys today on this move. What do you guys think about this move? Let me know down in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed this video, then please smash that like button. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed already, then hit that subscribe button and hit that notification icon button just to notify you guys when I upload more videos like this. And there's gonna be a lot more moves coming on, and I will keep you guys updated on mostly every single move. So Raider Nation, without further ado, this is your boy Simone Raider, and your boy is, yeah.